The home behind me is so similar to my own personal property, and this one is actually the model home in this neighborhood. And what's even more impressive is that monthly payment, because depending on the type of buyer you are, these payments are less than $2,000 a month. Before we take a look inside though, let's talk about what this neighborhood is, where it's located, and why people are flocking over here, and why you should consider buying an Elm Park here in Austin, Texas. Would you believe me if I told you that there's a house inside this neighborhood that the payments are actually less than what a one-bedroom apartment could fetch you here in Austin? Well, make sure you watch this video because I am gonna show you living proof that home ownership in this neighborhood is cheaper than renting. And if you are an FHA buyer, it is very, very possible. And better yet, if you are a VA buyer, I'm gonna talk about how these mortgage payments are absolutely insane and how you can buy a house for almost no money out of your pocket with Starlight covering all your closing costs. Today, I'm in Elm Park here in East Austin, and what draws people to this neighborhood is the proximity of this neighborhood, where we're only minutes away from Tesla, Bergstrom International Airport in downtown Austin, plus many more. So we're gonna unpack that in today's video, and I'm also gonna showcase 3 floor plans, which is their smallest floor plan, the mid-size floor plan, which happens to be the model home, and also happens to be very similar to my personal Starlight home in a different neighborhood. And then I'm gonna showcase the biggest floor plan, all with very affordable budgets. I want you to leave me a comment down below on which floor plan is closest to your budget, which one is your favorite, and without further ado, let's show you the first floor plan. All right, y'all, we are in front of our very first floor plan that I'm gonna showcase, and this one is called the Atlantis. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath house, 1,200 square feet. And just like I usually do, I'm gonna take you guys on a tour inside. And then at the end of the tour, I'm gonna reveal the price. But in addition to the price, in today's video, I'm going to reveal the mortgage payments on both an FHA buyer, so that's 3.5% down, and also mortgage payments for a VA buyer if you are 100% disabled, meaning that you pay no property taxes, okay? And that way you guys are gonna know exactly what the price is, what the monthly payments are, and instead of commenting down below on what your favorite floor plan is, I want you to comment down below if you have the means to buy a house today, which house or which floor plan best fits your budget, okay? So again, this is called the Atlantis, and we're just gonna jump straight into it. Now, this is going to be the front of the house right here. So every house is gonna have a 2-car garage. And then what I like about the walkway right here is that although it's a little sloped on one side, you do get this long walkway to just maximize your creativity and build yourself a pretty beautiful garden. Now, as soon as we walk in, I do want to point out this carpet space in the living room. So the funny thing or ironic thing is about Starlight homes is that many people have complained about carpet location and carpet placements in the living room areas in their floor plans. And that's been going on for a while now. So if you're one of those people that are completely turned off from having a carpet as soon as you come inside your house, just know that you can easily remove this carpet and just continue to lay out the floors. And if you're working with an agent like myself, a savvy agent, we can definitely negotiate to have an additional concession to cover that cost. Doesn't mean that they'll say yes, but that is just something that I wanted to point out. In my own personal Starlight house, I removed the carpet before I even moved in. I don't want you guys to be turned off by this carpet here. I just wanted to provide you additional context that you have options, and this is just what the layout is inside of this house. 2 bedrooms are gonna be located down this hallway, and the master bedroom is gonna be right here. Well, let's talk about this kitchen space real quick. So every single house is gonna be equipped with a dishwasher, stove, microwave, and a stainless steel fridge. This is an electric community, so you are gonna have this electric stove right here. Nothing too much that you can do with that selection. Now, unlike other floor plans, this is gonna be one of the few that has a window right in front of the sink that overlooks your yard. And the yard is actually a pretty decent space. Now, you're not gonna be sitting on acres of land or anything like that, but you're definitely gonna have enough yard to enjoy, whether you have kids or whether you have a dog running around, or even cats. And then you also have this, I wanna say it's an 8x8 concrete slab right here, which is more than enough space to lay out your barbecue, your furniture, things of that nature, but it is not covered. It's just one thing to keep in mind. Some floor plans do come with a covered balcony. some just don't. But you do have granite countertops, and you do have a numerous amount of plugs on the wall. And then this is gonna be your laundry unit right here. Now keep in mind, this is a smaller house, 1,200 square feet, so you have to maximize the space as best as possible. This is gonna be your pantry right here. So I have known people in the past that have used FHA and VA loans to house hack in a way where they would meet that first year criteria and then turn this house into a rental. I've helped plenty of people out like that before, so if that's something that you are interested in, you have to reach out to me. This is gonna be your primary bedroom. So the primary bedroom just comes with the one recessed light, obviously the one window over there, and then you have this pretty decent sized walk-in closet, plenty of shelf space, all carpeted as well, pretty decent size. And then you have your full bathroom right here. So just a single sink, just a single toilet, and you got your stand-up shower right there. Let's look at these other guest bedrooms real quick. Right here is gonna be your coat closet. And this is gonna be your second bathroom, a bit bigger than your primary bathroom. And these are gonna be the 2 additional rooms right there. And then finally, this is going to be your garage, which every single garage is going to be the same size garage, and every single one of them is gonna be connected to an irrigation system, but you get no garage door opener. The houses are not pre-plumbed for a water softener. The only thing that you get really is just the irrigation system hookup. All right, so we just got done with the walkthrough. If this floor plan is closest to your budget as of today, comment down below Atlantis. Again, this is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,200 square feet house. And the price on this house as of today's recording is $284,630. This house already received a reduction by almost $12,000. Now, I am gonna reveal the mortgage payments for both FHA and VA buyers, but just real quick, let me touch on conventional buyers. If you are a conventional buyer, I am not going to talk about mortgage payments with you today because that is going to range depending on your down payment, which can be as low as 3 to 5% to as high as 20 to 25%. Okay, so that's going to range very dramatically. Versus an FHA buyer, they're pretty much 3.5% across the board, and VA buyers are 0% down, so it's easier to talk about those monthly payments. So if you're a conventional buyer, your interest rate is going to start as low as 3.99%, which is already incredible. If you're a VA and FHA buyer, your interest rate is going to be as low as 3.49%, which is also incredible. With all that being said, if you are an FHA buyer putting 3.5% down, your monthly payment is estimated to be about $1,800. I know people paying more for rent for their 2-bedroom apartments than what this mortgage payment is for this house. Imagine that, $1,800. Now, for my VA buyers, 0% down, your mortgage payment is going to be a little bit less than $1,800 because you don't have to worry about the MIP or PMI payments, which is basically mortgage insurance premium. That's MIP, it's attached to FHA. That MIP payment stays for the life of the loan for my FHA buyers. And VA does not have to worry about PMI, which stands for private mortgage insurance, and that drops off as soon as you reach 20% equity into your house. And that's usually attached to FHA and conventional buyers. So VA doesn't have to worry about either one of those payments. If you are 100% disabled, meaning that you pay no property taxes, as a veteran, your mortgage payment is going to be about $1,425. So you're saving just about $400 a month by being 100% disabled. And that's why I mentioned that if you are looking to leverage your VA loan to house hack, you have to reach out to me, because this is exactly what I did to purchase my first investment property and essentially turn a $150 cash to close to buy a house into over $70,000 worth of equity on an income producing property. Okay, so wrap it up. FHA, $1,800 payment. VA, if you're 100% disabled, $1,425 payment. And guess what? If you are not 100% disabled, reach out to me, because I have vendors that can help you get to 100% disabled. Now, before I take you guys to the next house, let's talk about the neighborhood. Catch you guys outside. One thing I really love about this community is that you're not located in a pit or a mud. If you're located in a pit or mud, this is a special tax assessment that you're gonna have to pay on a monthly basis. And since this community is not located in one, you have nothing to worry about, which means that you're saving even more money per month versus if you went to another community that is located in one of those special assessment districts. Now, for the HOA is roughly about $36 a month, and that's really just gonna get you access to the community pool, which we are so early in development that they do not have that ready as of yet. Aside from the pool, you're really not getting anything special, so you're not gonna have a fitness center or clubhouse or anything too crazy, which is how they're able to keep those HOA payments to about $36 a month. Now, a little bit more about Elm Park is that Starlight is planning on building about 500 total homes here within the next 5 to 6 years, and they've already built and sold about 50 of that. So they're gonna be here for a little while. And if you are one of these new buyers that's watching this video and you're gonna be one of the first ones in this community, well, you are gonna really benefit from the appreciation that's gonna come to this area, which I'll talk about later on in the video. Now, there's a double-edged sword of that, because if you're not planning on living here until the builder moves out, so it's safe to plan for about 5 to 6 years to live here before you sell your house. Because let's say if you sell your house on year 4 and they're still building and they still have 2 more years to build, well, most buyers is just gonna go towards a new construction versus the resale house, because the builder is still gonna be able to offer crazy incentives like your lower interest rates, covering closing costs, so on and so forth. So if you're one of the early buyers, plan to live here for about 5 to 6 years before you move, and you are going to notice a huge benefit in your appreciation. Now, my last favorite thing about this community is the property tax rate, and the property taxes over here is about 1.58% as of today's recording. If you want to compare that to Del Val, which we're literally on the border of, they're at 2.3%. And Austin, which this is technically Austin, but the average property tax rate in Austin is about 2.2%. So with us being at 1.58%, I can confidently say that this is one of the lowest property tax communities in the area. And if you have to pay property taxes, meaning that if you are not a veteran that's 100% disabled, well, then you are saving money per month versus other communities. Now, the next house I want to show you is my personal favorite floor plan, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised about the price, especially if you're a veteran. And luckily, and funny enough, this floor plan is actually the model home. So in terms, this next floor plan is the most popular floor plan. I'll catch you guys at that one. All right, we are at our second stop of the day, and I'm right in front of the Magellan, which is basically a 4-bed, 3.5 bath, 2,260 square foot house. And this is also the model home. And if y'all have been watching me for a while, y'all know that model homes are typically the most popular floor plan in the neighborhood. So we're gonna check out why this is the most popular floor plan. And then at the end of the tour, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the price and also the mortgage payment for both FHA and VA buyers. So this is outside right here, and you know, this is where your driveway is gonna be, but this is outside. This is what the model home looks like. And let's take a step inside. So luckily with Starlight, what you see is what you get. They don't do any type of upgrades or customizations. So literally what you see is what you get in terms of finishes. So this is different than the other floor plans that I've walked with Starlight before, because as soon as you come in, you have stairs for the second level, and then you also have this hallway right here to go into the living area. But first, before we go down there, let's talk about what's going on over here. This is your garage, but right now it's the office, so I'm not gonna show that, but pretty standard 2-car garage. And this is gonna be your first guest bedroom. The biggest difference with this and what you would get is that this bedroom is going to have carpet, and this is gonna be your first full bathroom downstairs as well. Now, what I like about this floor plan is the location of this coat closet. It's actually really located close to both the front door and the garage for once. And then it's also a little bit deeper than normal too, because you have this little extra space underneath the stairs to store extra items, and then you have enough space to hang your coats and bigger items right there. So this is gonna be your living room area. Gotta love the furnishings, just so you can imagine you placing your own furniture here a little bit better. See, so with Starlight, you are getting the same type of counters, the same type of the white cabinets, and then you're no backsplash in any of the homes. And the biggest difference with this house and yours is that you're not gonna have these light fixtures hanging down, and you're not gonna have all of these recessed lights in the ceiling over here, right? We're gonna cut this down to about half, and these recessed lights, they're not gonna be here at all. You're not gonna have any lights right there. It's just gonna be lights like normal inside of the kitchen. But you are gonna still have your appliances, including your stainless steel fridge though. The other thing that's gonna be in your floor plan too is that most likely this area right here, your living room area, is gonna have carpet, okay? And this is what it would look like if it did not have carpet, which I would highly recommend to just rip the carpet out and just continue the floors, because the floors look so much better than the carpet. We are now gonna make our way upstairs to check out this upstairs loft and the primary bedroom. So with this loft, as you can see, they already have it organized for us. This is gonna be their meeting room, and I use my loft for an office space. I know some clients use their loft for playrooms for their kids, extra storage, or even like a second gaming room, but you have more than enough space right here to do literally whatever you want with your house with this space. And then over here is gonna be your primary bedroom. I do wish they laid this out a little bit better, but I understand they gotta run a business, gotta set up the office. But this is your primary bedroom. It just shows the size of the room too, that you can fit a desk, 2 desks, couple chairs, and still have more than enough room to move around. And this is gonna be your primary bathroom right here. So plenty of counter space, got your stand-up shower right there, king seat right there, and you have this oversized walk-in closet right here with higher shelves, a little bit more storage options, and yeah. Then you just have your linen closet right here, which is also a deeper linen closet than typically what you would find in a Starlight home. And then you have your laundry room right here, which is centrally located close to all the rooms upstairs. And then the rest of the guest bedrooms are gonna be down over here. So first of all, you have your full bathroom right here that's shared between the rest of the guest bedrooms. And then you have bedroom number 1, and then guest bedroom number 2. And this one also has a window inside of their walk-in closet. So basic layout, and I mean, there's reasons why this is the most popular floor plan. Me personally, you know, I might be a little bit biased. I like this floor plan because it's similar to my floor plan. It's not the exact same, it's just kind of a similar layout. But now I wanna talk to you guys about the price and what the mortgage payments are gonna look like. Okay, so we just completed the walkthrough with the Magellan, and let's talk about the price now. So just for reference, again, this is a 4-bed, 3.5 bath house, 2,258 square feet, and it has a sticker price of $396,240. But let's just call it $396 to make it simple. Now, since there are no constructed Magellans out there in the neighborhood, they do not have the special 3.49% fixed interest rate on those homes quite yet, because they can't offer that until the home is actually complete. So just keep that in mind, that by the time one of these are completed, the interest rate might be different, okay? Now, but assuming that the interest rate is gonna be 3.49% for my government buyers, we are going to proceed forward with that assumption. So with that being said, the PITI for my FHA buyers is going to be $2,550 per month, and that's putting $13,720 down as a down payment. So almost 14 grand down to get a mortgage payment of $2,500 a month. If you are a VA buyer that's 100% disabled, your mortgage payment is gonna be between $1,800 to $1,900. Again, assuming that the interest rate is gonna be 3.49% for both FHA and VA. That is a pretty big value add for a home of this size with this many bedrooms, with having an Austin address. I cannot stress that enough. So comment down below on what your favorite floor plan is. Now, and before we go over the biggest floor plan in this neighborhood in the Pioneer, let's talk about a little bit more about why people are buying homes in this area and what's going on in this area. So don't go anywhere. I'll catch you guys on the next slide. Now, another draw to Elm Park is gonna be the proximity to Austin and also major employers. So we are about 30 minutes from downtown Austin, less than 5 miles away from Tesla. We are a quick short drive to the airport. That's about 10 to 15 minutes away from here. And we are down the street from Bastrop, which features SpaceX and X headquarters, along with other Elon Musk businesses. So we are in a centralized location, and best part of all, this is still considered Austin technically. So you have an Austin address for low prices. That's another reason why people are flocking here in bunches and why you should consider buying a house in this neighborhood. Now, with this area being somewhat undeveloped, meaning that we don't have an H-E-B immediately in the area, the closest H-E-B is gonna be about 20 minutes north when you go to Manor. There's no home improvement store. The next home improvement store is, guess what? Manor, 20 minutes north. But once those stores starts to come over here, and once this area starts to see development, imagine what that's gonna do with prices. You can imagine prices are just gonna go up. Now let's go ahead and transition to the next floor plan. I'll see you guys there. All right, we are at our final floor plan of the day. This house right behind me is called the Pioneer. It's the biggest and most expensive house of this video. It's a 5-bed, 4-bath, 2,776 square feet. Now, if you are a veteran, you are gonna be pleasantly surprised at the mortgage payment on this house. It is very surprising, and it's very well worth knowing what this mortgage payment is gonna be if you're a veteran. FHA is still gonna be a pretty impressive mortgage payment, but it's more so of my veterans that you guys are gonna be very shocked by that price. Now, you guys are also gonna be shocked at the sticker price. Again, you're right under 3,000 square feet in Austin. So I'm gonna turn this camera around and let's get started. So this is a 2-story house, and we're just gonna get started with this front area. As soon as we walk inside the house, you're gonna be greeted to this very wide hallway. So if you're somebody that likes staging the house or decorating your house, this hallway is going to grant you so many creative opportunities to make it your own. We have our kitchen area over there, our living room area over there. We have a bedroom down that hallway. But first, let's check to see what's behind this doorway. And this is gonna be your garage. Super simple and super basic, same as everybody else. Every single floor plan has been super basic and super functional, and you're not gonna get anything different in this bigger floor plan. You do have about 2 plugs in the wall, basically per countertop. So 2 plugs over there, 2 plugs over there, 2 plugs over there. You have this large kitchen island right here as well, bunch of cabinet space. And then over here, you're gonna have your living room area. Now, I was trying to figure out where you would place the couch, TV, and all that good stuff in this area without blocking the entryway. But I think if you start the couch right here where that column is to the left side of the door, and you place the couch right there, you would still have enough space for a table and then your TV or entertainment system right there without blocking this entryway. But just like I've been mentioning throughout the video, what I would definitely do is just take out the carpet, continue the floors all the way down. It just makes it look a lot better. And then down here is gonna be your first guest bedroom, where you would stick the in-laws, your guests, the older kids, whatever you want to do. You have the flexibility to do it inside this house. And this is gonna be your first guest bathroom. This is downstairs. Now this guest bathroom is a full bathroom. So again, if you have older guests or if you have family coming to visit you, whatever the case is, they have access to their bathroom right there. And that's also gonna be shared with the rest of the house on this first level. And then over here is gonna be a deeper walk-in type of coat closet type of thing. Now let's make our way upstairs. And upstairs is gonna be a little bit of a, I'm not gonna say wonky, but definitely a unique type of layout. And we're gonna break it down. So as soon as you get upstairs, you're gonna be greeted to this loft right here. Now imagining turning this into an office space or a playroom or even a second type of media room. However way you want to play it out, you have access to do whatever you want inside this floor plan. I'm gonna use this loft as a reference point because we are gonna get a little bit lost upstairs. First, let's start with the primary bedroom. And this primary bedroom is enormous. I'm not sure if my camera does any justice with picking up the size of this room, but this room is absolutely massive. This is gonna be your primary bathroom. So you just get the single sink, but you have all this counter space right there, cabinet options down there. And then you're gonna have your stand-up shower right here. I love the fact that the king seat is kind of ducked off, so it's not really visible, it's kind of hidden by this wall. And then you have this oversized walk-in closet right here, plenty of space to store your clothes and shoes and whatever you need to do. So nice and simple so far. But here's where things get interesting, okay? Reference point is the loft. So this is gonna be your first guest bedroom upstairs. And just for reference, it's gonna have a shared bathroom, but with who? Look, it has its own toilet or it has its own tub right here. Don't use that as a toilet. It's got its toilet right there, sink right there. And we're gonna come out of this doorway right here and it's gonna lead us to this hallway. Where are we? Well, the loft is right there. So basically, that bedroom is the only bedroom attached to this bathroom, but this bathroom is shared by all the guests that's gonna be upstairs or whoever's gonna be in the loft. You can just easily just pop into the bathroom right there. You get your 2 doors, lock one side, lock the other side. But yeah, loft is right there, bathroom is right there, guest bedroom is over there. Then we have our laundry room right here, pretty decent size, or I guess big enough to where you can iron your clothes, you can hang your clothes up in here, have baskets all in front of the washer and dryer, and be able to actually shut their door and just hide this room completely. So big thumbs up on that part. Now, these 2 bedrooms right here is where things are gonna get a little bit more confusing. So let's start right here with this guest bedroom. So this bedroom right here, decent size for a guest bedroom. You're gonna have a coat closet, or you're gonna have a walk-in closet right there, and it even has a window. Gotta love that natural sunlight coming in. And then this bedroom has a bathroom. What? Has its own bathroom, but is it its own bathroom, or wait a minute, it's shared by the 2nd guest bedroom, or the 3rd or the 4th guest bedroom, whatever bedroom count we're at right now. So these 2 bedrooms share a bathroom, and then finally we come right back outside to the loft. So break it down real quick: bedroom, bathroom, then we have a bedroom right there, bathroom, bedroom, then the primary bedroom down there with its own bathroom over there. So hopefully y'all didn't get lost and confused like I originally did when I first walked this floor plan. I was walking into doors and stuff like that. But let's talk about the price, and better yet, let's talk about that mortgage payment real quick now. We just finished the walkthrough in the Pioneer, and if this floor plan is more in your budget than the previous 2, I want you to comment down below Pioneer. All right, I did tell y'all that for my veteran buyers, this one's gonna be mind-blowing. And even for my FHA buyers, I think this one's gonna be a little surprising as well. Both pleasantly surprising. So just for reference, again, this is a 5-bed, 4-bath, 2,776 square foot house with a price tag of $408,111. Let's just call it 408 to be simple. So $408,000 for a 5-bed, 4-bath house just under 3,000 square feet with an Austin address, which is insane, by the way. And if you are an FHA buyer, that means you are putting 3.5% down, which turns it to about $14,283. Your mortgage payment is going to be roughly $2,525 a month. $25. Let's break that down a little bit. First of all, that is $25 more expensive than the previous floor plan, and you are getting about 400 extra square footage in space and an additional bedroom to go along with that. Now the down payment is going to differ a little bit, but you're only putting about $500 to $600 extra down on this house. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this is a $35,000 to $36,000 price reduction already, so this floor plan does sell for more. So if you are interested in this floor plan, you have to move quick. Make sure you reach out to me and the team so we can put together an offer to get this floor plan off the market and get you into a beautiful and big house with an Austin address under $3,000 on a mortgage payment. I didn't even talk about the veteran payment yet. So if you are a VA buyer, your mortgage payment, let me just say this, if you are a VA buyer and you're 100% disabled, your mortgage payment is going to be between $1,800 to $1,900 a month. You're paying under $2,000 a month for almost a 3,000 square footage house. I wish I had this option when I was buying my house, because my house is about $2,000 a month, or just under $2,000 a month, and it's about 400 square feet smaller than this one. One less bed, one less bath, and I don't have a covered patio, and I'm not on a corner lot. That is an insane value add. Now, if you are not 100% disabled, where your mortgage payment is going to lie somewhere around $2,200 a month, which is still a huge win. So paying $2,200 for a 5-bed house that's almost 3,000 square foot is just simply amazing, you know? If these homes are in your budget, you have to reach out to me and the team. Don't sleep on these prices. Don't sleep on these mortgage payments. These are not gonna last forever. These rates are not gonna last forever. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you would know that the more that these homes are selling, the more that the prices are gonna go up in the future, and the interest rates are definitely going to change. So before you go anywhere, let's talk about one more thing, and then I'll get you guys out of here, all right? Now that we're wrapping this up, I hope that you guys got as much value outside of this video as much as I put into it. Y'all can see why people are flocking to this neighborhood in bunches. We have very affordable prices here, very low tax rates, and when I'm talking about affordable prices, I'm talking about less than $2,000 a month, which is insane. If you're looking at affordable homes in Austin and you're being priced out in different areas, this might be that go-to neighborhood. And if you want more information on this neighborhood, make sure you reach out to me and the team. My link is down below in the description and also in the top pinned comment. What I would love to do is have a one-on-one call with you and your family to discuss your real estate goals and plans, build you a plan tailor-made for you, and that way we can end up putting keys in your hands. Now, before you log off, I made a video that I think you would benefit from, which is called the Starlight Review, which is reviewing Starlight homes, and I'm also sharing my personal journey in buying a Starlight home. Make sure you watch that video and other videos like that on my channel, and that way you can get all the information that you need before making the decision of this magnitude. This is In Austin with Dawson, and I'm out. Peace.